Afternoon, guys. Coach House here from House Family Fitness. We are going to talk today, as I teased a couple weeks ago, about starting the podcast at House Family Fitness here in Montevallo, Alabama. We're going to talk a little bit today about morning routines. Like everyone has a morning routine. I just wanted to ask and challenge you today to see if yours is repeatable. Most likely is repeatable, whether you think it's static or not. I'll go into my routine every morning. It's pretty simple. First thing in the morning when I get up, I go and the dogs greet me in the hallway. They know that I walk to the coffee maker. Then while I prepare their coffee, I have a single serve coffee maker. While that is brewing or making, I actually get my apple cider vinegar, and this is where I take my creatine in the morning. I take my creatine and then I take my shot of apple cider vinegar. When that is complete, the conditions of the dogs, they know that I do the same thing every day. When I close the top of my coffee cup, or it's even got to the point where Sadie gets up, when I pour, when she hears me grab the cup from underneath and I actually pour it into the coffee cup that I use, because I use two different ones. I use one constant under the coffee maker, and I put my chocolate salt from Element into the cup that I use to drink every day, which is probably a fixture. If you ever see me in the morning, it's the black coffee cup, and I pour it in there. So if she hears it come off, or when she hears the top, they all go to the back door so we can go downstairs, and it's time for them to go out. I come inside, I prepare their food, I bring them back in and set all three dogs, put Jackson's food down, put Sadie's food down, put Palom's food down. And then I go sit on the floor. I get my yoga mat. It's in a static, constant place over where I have the viewing room or TV room that we never use. And I sit on the ground for at least 10 to 15 minutes in a cross-legged position every day. I have a couple different options that I do. I will say more than two. When I do this at the same time, I either do my Spanish lesson, I listen to a podcast or start a new podcast, or I get a book and read. And then there's some days that I go into the black hole. I do look at Instagram some mornings to get some ideas, and I just enjoy Instagram, but I limit that to while I'm sitting on the ground. No matter where I'm at, I do that. Like, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, I was in the state of Vermont for an event that I was working for, and that routine changed because I didn't have the dogs. But I still got up, and the venture to the coffee was a little bit different because housing arrangements, I was in a different room in a different building than the crew. So I had to get up, down the stairs, cross the parking lot, up the stairs to get in to make my coffee. And I still made time to at least sit on the ground for 5 to 10 minutes. So the challenge for you is like a plan today about what your, first of all, think about what your morning routine is. Because more than likely, 99% of us do the exact same thing every morning. No matter where you're at, it's going to be the same process. So I want you to think about what you do and then make a plan tonight before you go to bed. Because I want to make your routine static, rhythmic, where it's almost automatic. And it's something, it could be a slight movement pattern you do. You can do yoga, you can just sit on the ground. Sometimes you could just maybe walk around the house barefoot. I mean, you don't have to do the coffee. Highly recommend doing the coffee. If you do, use a little electrolytes in there in the morning, or you can just go straight for the water with electrolytes, get the day started. If you care to, try the apple cider vinegar. It's just, let's do that now and make a static routine. Static meaning it's fixed. It's not changing. All right, so this is a little blurb. I'm going to start really making more progress on this podcast for House Family Fitness. In addition to just, I'm Vulcan on the Sunday Smoke podcast, and it's in the works also.